Hey guys, welcome back to Burn the Ship, the podcast that inspires entrepreneurs to go all in and connects them with professionals that can help them do it. Today's guest is Yaa Astar, and she is going to tell us a little bit about her business and how she got to where she is today. So tell everybody what your business is.
So thank you so much for having me here today.
Absolutely.
So what my business is, I am a health coach. And so what I do is I help people reach their goals, reach whatever their fitness goals are through accountability, and especially those who are lacking motivation as well as consistency in their life.
That's awesome. So you do a little bit of everything, right?
Yeah. So essentially, what I do is I have a three pillar system, which is called the transformation system, which we look at the behavior, we look at changing your mindset, we look at your nutrition and your supplemental care, as well as your physical activity and your fitness. So just incorporating those three will lead you to more of a healthier lifestyle.
Right. Yeah, that's awesome. Everybody needs that, right?
Absolutely.
So when did you start your business?
So I essentially started my business after I did my first bodybuilding competition back in 2013. So I just loved the way that I was able to transform my body. I was like, wow, I went from this to this, just the before and after pictures were amazing. And I noticed that people were starting to ask me about like, well, how do I get legs like yours? And how do I get arms like yours? And I love your abs. It's not just six pack. I don't know what you got going on there. It looks
but it looks good.
Right. It looks, wow, amazing. And so I said, well, this is interesting. And so I became so interested in how the body transforms. So I decided to do my certification as a personal trainer, and I really, really enjoyed that. I was able to help people lose weight, help them to become toned, but most importantly, help people to become more confident in themselves again.
Yeah, and that really is key, because you can look great on the outside but not necessarily feel great
On the inside, yeah.
Right. So where are you from? When'd you move here?
Sure. So I'm actually from New Jersey. I grew up in Atlantic City, and I also did some time in New York. And usually when I say I did time, people think I was incarcerated, but no, that's not the case. So I am definitely a northern baby. So I grew up in New York, New Jersey, Delaware, place, and of course born in Boston. But I came down here by way of Washington, D.C., the Maryland area, to Atlanta back in 2008. It was more of I would say a transformation journey from my life in Maryland, where I experienced I experienced change, and the change was I lost my mom, I lost my job, and I lost my fiance. And so it was like, well, now what? And the journey led me here to Atlanta, Georgia. And I'll admit that it's been a journey to even get to where I am today, where I am a coach. My background is in finance and accounting, and I started actually wanting to be an accountant, a CPA. But after, just having that tug of what my passion is and what I really, really want to do and where I feel like I would excel in. And then, of course, you have your career. So you have, okay, I can make a lot of money here, but then also I may not make a lot of money here, but I would feel more fulfilled here. So for me, it was just, and it was such a tug for me. And it wasn't just a tug for a couple of days, but it was a tug for years where, I really want to pursue my passion, which is to help others to feel good about themselves. And I felt my platform was through health and fitness. But at the same time, I felt like, well, I want to make my family, my friends, people in my life happy by going the CPA route. So although against all my better judgment, I still went and got a master's degree in finance and accounting. I still sat for the CPA, but I didn't pass any parts. But, a really good friend of mine said, you know what, if you don't plan on seeing yourself as a CPA and accountant in 10 years, then I'm going to highly suggest don't do this. And so, when you're working and you have a dream that you want to fulfill, it's sometimes you ask yourself, well, should I really do this? Mm-hmm. Or should I stay safe? And so that the safe zone is, okay, let me just do what everybody else is doing. Get the job, get the money, that kind of thing.
Do the 9 to 5.
Absolutely. Do the 9 to 5 and the grind and be miserable, or do I take a different path? Do I take my path? Do I take a different road? And so, there's so many people on this path, but there's very little people on this path, which is a life of fulfillment, And so finally, after, years of just battling within myself, and then of course, talking to my brother, he says, yeah, just do it. And so finally I said, I'm going to do this. I'm just going to go ahead and jump and see what happens. And that's kind of pretty much how I've pretty much done my business is, well, let me see what happens. Because what's the worst that could happen? I learned something from it, and I take a different course of action. And so that's what I appreciate about being where I am today, where I started out as a personal trainer, and now today I'm a coach. I went from a personal trainer to a nutrition coach to a change behavior specialist and to now a coach. And so I can lead a life of helping others feel good about themselves, or I can lead a life of just comfort, and that's what it's about, is getting out of your comfort zone and doing it anyway, and not staying safe, because a lot of us, we want to stay safe. But what happened if you were to pursue this? How would your life change? Who would you meet? What influence would you have? So, and that's the question that I think is really important for entrepreneurs who are on the fence of, well, maybe I shouldn't do this. Well, I think you should. And even if you are just that only person that believes in yourself, do it anyway, because you never know who you're going to meet, and you never know where you're going to go, and you never know where it's going to take you.
Right. Yeah, trust in yourself and make that leap.
Absolutely.
At the end of the day, you're the only person that you got.
Absolutely.
So you've become an expert around this area of mental, physical health. So if you had to tell why you have found it so incredibly important, what would you tell people?
I found it incredibly important because it gave me back. I led my life for so long, living for other people, living for my parents, living for the boyfriend, living for the fiance, living for my boss, living for even my dog, but I wasn't living for myself. And so for me, I found my confidence. I can smile now. I don't have to do that fake smile anymore. I can genuinely smile and say, I'm happy. I may not, have much. I may not have the millions in the bank, but I'm happy because I'm pursuing what I believe is my calling, my purpose. But most of all, I am an influencer, and I'm not necessarily the influencer with thousands of followers, but, I am helping people to become better. I'm helping people to love themselves again. And through helping people to love themselves again, and because I've decided to say no to everyone else and yes to myself, I'm able to love myself even more. It's truly wonderful when you can walk your path, your purpose, and when you can. And sometimes there are days when you feel like you're walking by yourself. But know that you are not alone. Through the people that I've met through networking, and I think about those people that I've met on my journey, especially when no one else believed in me, especially when I stayed up late at night trying to figure this thing out and asking my higher power, am I really meant to do this? Or maybe I should go back. Maybe I should do what maybe I should just go back to that job. Maybe I should just forget this dream. But then I had to hold my head up, and I had to walk through those doors and trust that it's going to work out, and believe that every step that you take towards what you're meant to be, what you're meant to do, I promise you'll meet people on your path. And that's what I've done. I decided to let a job go this year. Oh, I was making good money, getting real close to them 6 figures. But I had to ask myself, is it worth it? And it wasn't. And so although I could be making 6 figures working for somebody else and not be happy, I decided to say no to them and yes to me, which is, okay, I'm starting out. but I'm doing what I love and what I enjoy, which is helping people. I'm helping them smile again. I'm helping them love themselves again. I'm helping them look at themselves in the mirror. So I encourage you, just keep walking, keep going, and trust that it will all work out. The first time I didn't trust that it was going to work out when I started, my business. I didn't trust. I felt like I had to do something. I felt like I had to prove something. I have felt like I had to prove something to everyone. Hey, look, it's working. But then people were like, nah, I don't really see anything happening. And so I went back to the 9 to 5. But now the second go around, now I'm a coach. But now my business is for the people. Before it was for me. It was for what can I get? Now my business is about serving others. How can I help serve you? How can I help you get to where you want to be and need to be? And so now I am living this dream, and although my dream doesn't look like this big fancy house on the beach and millions in the bank and all this other stuff. No, my dream right now that I'm living is I am helping others get to where they want to be. I'm making some money. I got a 14-year-old chihuahua with barely any teeth. I live in a neighborhood that's great, and I have a 2-bedroom condo that looks like it needs to be, blasted and reconstructed again. But you know what? I can walk out my house and I can smile and say, I can't believe people are paying me to do what I do.
Yeah, and you're just genuinely happy with what you do. I think that your life is incredible. You're an inspiration to anybody that just needs a mental health lift and needs to reevaluate, because you can look at yourself in the mirror and you can be absolutely gorgeous, but that doesn't mean that you feel like it. And if your mental health isn't there, then that's what you need to focus on. And what makes you different is that you provide all of those services to your clients.
Yeah.
So you go in and you do nutrition plans. You just came up with this, is it 30 days, 2 weeks? She's got a whole little portfolio over here with some really great stuff in it. We looked over it right before we started, and you go in and work with them, meal prep, just taking the little walks a day, 7 miles, 7 days. Yeah, so tell everybody a little bit about how you developed this.
So essentially how I developed this is generally what I do is I have people fill out a Healthy Goals survey, and we do a health assessment. And so through that survey, which really, really helped me, it helped me to create a program for my clients. It helped me create a program that generally is what people are looking for in the area that they want to improve upon. They're looking for consistency. They're looking for that motivation, and they're looking for that accountability. And so the program that I've developed is called Astar Body, and there are different tiers of them. So we have the 7-day challenge, we have 21-day challenge, and then we also have the 30-day challenge, in which leads you into our 3-month program. And essentially with what it is just to jumpstart you, especially with the 7-day. If you're, if you don't have a gym membership, if you, have very limited mobility, you can at least walk. And so that's something that I decided to try and experiment. What would happen if I just walk? Would I lose the weight? What would happen? So the challenge was to lose 7 pounds in 7 days, walking 7 miles. And so each day I would just add a mile. So the first day, of course, was 1. The second was 2. And surprisingly, and I tell you what, I was having burgers and fries too when I did this challenge. Okay, I'm gonna keep it real with you. I'm not the one that's just gonna say, just eat, take shots of wheatgrass and, that's it. You know what I'm saying?
It's not realistic.
It's not realistic at all. And that's what it's about, is how can I lead a healthy lifestyle and still enjoy? And that's what it's about, is how can I be healthy and still lead a lifestyle that I enjoy? And so with that challenge is, so I may not have lost 7 pounds, but I did lose 6. And I tell you, I was eating burgers and fries, having, my little drinks or what have you. And when I say drinks, meaning like, maybe like a lemonade or something like that. And what I found is that you can always offer yourself options. So people, and one thing that I guide my clients through is providing alternatives. So if you were to remove carbs or what have you, or remove sugar or whatever, what are you replacing it with? So a lot of people do a lot of these restrictive diets, and then by the time you'll lose the weight, but then you'll wind up gaining it back because now all of a sudden you're depriving your body of, of so much nutrients and things of that nature. Mm-hmm. So I think what it is, it's really important to find that balance for you. And so it's different for everyone. And just like all these different diets, they are intentionally created for, different people in mind. And so the whole point of the program is 7 days. Let's see what you can do in 7 days. It's not too much of a commitment, but it's more of, let me think, okay, I think I can do it. Then you gradually move on to 21 days and then 30 days. And so generally it takes about 3 months to definitely start seeing results, and then 6 months to really start leading that lifestyle. And that's what these programs are created for, is to, help you lead that lifestyle by providing you with meals. So I create meal plans for my clients, which is based off of Whole30. And I like to use Whole30 because it's more of a lifestyle. Mm-hmm. They're created off of workouts. You can do at-home workouts. I've done plenty of those. We have a video bank of at least 200 workouts that you can do from from 1 minute to 30 minutes. So it's definitely making sure keeping them in mind.
Yeah, that's awesome. So are you able to do this program virtually, or do you do in person and virtual?
So we do virtually, and the reason why it's virtually is because we want to be able to reach, those that need to be reached. So if you're out in Louisiana and you really, really want to take advantage of this program, there's no reason why you can't. Mm-hmm. And so the benefit of it is you can download the journal, the 7-day, 21 or 30-day journal, and you can, keep track of your meals, keep track of how you're feeling, keep track of your exercise, as well as the coaching is provided as well, which is virtually. So, and the thing about that is COVID, kind of prevented being able to do things in person, but it also provided an avenue of being innovative in reaching people that need to be reached.
Right. Yeah. It's weird how COVID just came in and decided Zoom.
Yeah.
Zoom is the only way that you're going to thrive in this crazy almost 2 years now.
Yeah, I know.
It's been nuts. But thankfully, your business has still been able to succeed through it.
Yeah.
So what do you think is going to happen in the future for your business? Do you want to keep growing? Do you want to stay small? Do you want employees?
For my business, I want it to definitely grow. We're looking at, and definitely I want to be able to have partners. I like to call them partners as opposed to employees, because I want them to also be vested into the company. And it's really, and that's what I found is that, I know someone who, he has a business, but his employees are not vested into the company because they're treated like employees. And so if I can, be able to provide that investment as treating you as a partner as opposed to employee, then I think you'll have more of a buy-in into the company. The goal is for it to be able to provide group coaching. And then eventually we're looking at having a resort called Yaa Astar Resort, which is a place where people can come and that would be a place where they can, have conferences as far as tailored around leading a healthy lifestyle. So just being able to provide that resort feel, just being able to provide that escape from, the 9 to 5, the life, and just being able to utilize that space to take care of yourself and connecting with others who are in that same space. So we definitely want to grow. We definitely want to make sure we reach people even beyond this country. And so I may say that today, and who knows what happens tomorrow, but the goal is for us to grow and to reach people who are in need of, care for themselves, in need of having confidence in themselves. And so, that's what we want to do.
Yeah, that's awesome. So we're going to play a game.
Okay.
Have you ever played Would You Rather?
No, I never heard of it.
Okay, so Would You Rather, it's like, would you rather go on a jog or go on a hike?
Okay.
Like those kind of questions.
Okay.
And I was writing some down. I made them all workout oriented. Okay, so would you rather work out alone or work out in a group?
Well, I tend to work out alone, but a group would be nice.
So you would like rather take a class?
Yeah, for the social aspect of it.
Right, yeah. There's nothing better than being all sweaty and being able to like yell at people while you're at it.
Yeah.
Would you rather do an hour of weight training or like HIIT?
Ooh. Well, how long is HIIT?
I don't know, maybe an hour. I don't do it, so I don't know.
Right. Yeah, I would rather do an hour of weight training, because if it's an hour of HIIT, I don't think I would last.
How long does that normally last?
I mean, I like to say 30 minutes to 45, but anything beyond that, I'm not going to last.
No. Would you rather swim, do laps in an Olympic pool, or would you rather go on a jog?
Oh, jog for sure. Hands
Yeah?
down. Yeah, for sure.
Would you rather run flat surfaces or like uphills?
Flat all day, every day, Silver Comet Trail.
Silver Comet Trail, that thing is a little dangerous out there.
No.
You better have your little chihuahua with their no teeth out there to guard you.
Yeah, I know. Gerald, shout out.
So, would you rather have a cheat meal with a burger or like fried chicken or something?
Burger.
Burger?
Yeah, because that's always been my cheat meal. I'm not going to lie. Burgers and sweet potato fries, that's where you'll find me.
Oh, yeah. But sweet potato fries, I mean, you got to give you... They're not that bad, right?
Oh, they're not bad at all.
They're sweet potato fries.
Yeah.
So, that gives you a little leniency there.
Absolutely.
Because it's not just a regular potato.
Right.
So, if you weren't doing this, if there was any other job... I can't ever see you being a CPA. You love this so much. You're so passionate about it. And your background has really led you into this. And the journey that you've been through just really created this amazing brand for you. But if you could do any job in the world besides this, what would it be?
Social worker.
Yeah?
Yeah. One of my other, passions is being a mentor to young adults between like 18 to 24. I love being able to pour into their lives and helping them to believe in anything and everything. One of my biggest motto is as far as the sky can go, so are your dreams.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So.
That is a good age for you to say that. As soon as you said that, I thought immediately of like children.
Yeah.
But that age range that you just described is a time that most people get really lost. Yeah. And they're really finding themselves and figuring out their paths in life. So to have someone like you that has developed to guide them is awesome.
Yeah.
So tell our viewers how they can get a hold of you, throw out your social media. I know you got a website. Mm-hmm. Put it all out there.
Sure, absolutely. So you can get a hold of me through my website, which is Yaa Astar, YAAASTAR.com. You can also find me on Instagram, Yaa _ASTAR, and you can also find me on Facebook as Yaa Astar.
Awesome. And we can register on your website?
Absolutely.
Somebody needs you?
Yeah, absolutely.
Which they do.
Yeah. So absolutely. If you are someone, or if you know of someone, because we all know someone that could use some help, that is looking to, improve upon your health lifestyle, or if you just want to, become more physically fit, or if you just want to learn how to eat more cleaner, definitely go to the website, which is Yaa Astar, YAAASTAR.com, and that should guide you to complete a healthy goals survey, and you'll be able to set up an appointment and we can talk.
Awesome. Yeah, y'all reach out to her. So last thing, what we called our podcast Burn the Ship because of some Tristan.
He's a Spanish conquistador. His name is Hernan Cortez.
Hernan Cortez. I was close if I would have guessed that. And they pulled up to some island and everybody got off, and then he burnt the ship so that nobody could go back. Yeah. So that's what we're trying to encourage all of our viewers, these future entrepreneurs, people that want to take that leap and just burn that ship and just go all into their future careers. Tell them why they should do that.
The reason why you should do that, you should never look back and never have any regrets. And that's really, really, really important. You don't want to get to a point in your life where you ask yourself, I wonder what would have happened if.
Right.
And that's really important. So I'm definitely in agreement with burn the ship, look forward, and don't look back.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much for coming on and taking the time to talk to us. You are absolutely incredible. I know that everybody should be as inspired as I am by you.
Thank
You're
you.
absolutely awesome. I love that you really believe in what you're doing, and so do I, and I think everybody else will too. So, yeah, y'all reach out to Yaa and get your life right.
Right. Thank you so much for having me. It's been an honor.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. Bye, y'all.